One, two, 1, 2. 1212 Wagwan. We will begin when we hit 50 likes. Oh yeah, maybe it's going to be 100 likes.
It's all about experience. It's to feel the adrenaline running through our veins. Like all the things we do that excite us. Whatever world we come from or live in, there are people that are born to succeed. They're called special, to hustle every day for an opportunity of a lifetime. Looking for the challenge to shape our future is something that's in our DNA. A privilege just available for a few. Traders, we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would maybe go unnoticed by the common eye. On or by the edge is our playground, with a constant strive for glory, seeking for a new tomorrow. Do you feel special? Take back control of your investments.
Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to the Alpha FX stream. How are you today? Let's see, we have... Oh shit, I forgot to turn off the waiting room. There you go. And here we have the team. Welcome back.
Good afternoon.
Hello Sophie, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Not too good, not too good. GBP USD is pulling the Mickey today. So, but quickly, just gonna go through about the analysis or the strategy. Yeah, let's talk strategy. So today we have something which is called the GDP. That is the gross domestic product, which signals or shows the added value in a given country. So basically, the GDP or the gross domestic product is the market value of the final goods and services produced in one country for a particular period of time. Now this is called the GDP, and we're talking about the US GDP, also known as national accounts. And the GDP is measured by, they're measuring the consumption, the investment, the government expenditure, exports minus the imports, so they get a net trade deficit or surplus number. It tells you how strong is an economy. Now, a big number that is higher than expected is considered to be as the economy is expanding. So it's dollar positive, therefore it's gold negative. Because today we are focusing on dollar strength. Now, this is the time, the only time when the XY is really going to affect gold. The second thing is that there is something called the GDP price index. Now, who knows what's the difference between GDP and GDP price index? Just one at a time, you know, first come, first served. Don't rush to answer. No one knows what's the difference between GDP and GDP price index?
Isn't the GDP price index the cost of manufactured products, the difference between the cost of manufacture and how much they can sell goods and services for?
That's right. Yeah. So basically, GDP price index is a broad inflation measure. So it's not the tiny basket of goods, which is prepared or measured by the Office for National Statistics in the UK. It's ONS, I think, or in the US. Anyway, so the official statisticians, they're measuring the price appreciation, depreciation, how much is your craft beer, how much is your tuna sandwich in the morning, the coffee, some education, some fuel, etc., etc. So basically it tells you it's a broad inflation measure. Now, two things we need to consider, and also we have the initial jobless claims. So there's actually three things today which are going to affect our beloved gold. The first one is GDP. Now, if we have this number, which is going to be worse, way worse than expected, just look at it, 1.1% instead of 6.9 is a huge drawback for the US. Now, it's going to be really extremely bearish for the US dollar. And if you have a look, the USD has been dominating the market for months. Its dollar strength is just huge. Look at how GBP got hammered against the US dollar. But you can see the USD Japanese yen. It's flying because of the USD. Could this be, or could today be the end of the dollar strength? That was my bet in the morning, and I did lose some money in the morning. One of the reasons is because maybe I was too early to enter, but in theory, if we get this number, this forecast by the economists on, where is it? Yeah, GDP 1.1, 6.9. Now, if we get these numbers, plus if we have the price index, which is showing an inflation, so it's increasing, and if we have the initial jobless claims increasing, which is going to be worst. I know the number is higher, but it's worse than expected, because the more people claiming unemployment benefits for the first time, that is going to be extremely bearish for the dollar. Now, if these three things line up together as we plan, here comes the game plan. Gold is going to be extremely bullish. Now, we already in gold, sitting in gold positions. Who's in with gold with me?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so some of you, few of you, I don't know how many of you, sitting in gold longs, with me, which is good. At least it's making up for some of the losses that were caused by bloody Euro USD and GBPU. Now, Euro USD is still running in a bit of drawdown, but as I mentioned, the reason why I'm expecting a dollar weakening is because the ridiculous weakening of in the GDP, which is that's my game plan for today. I'm expecting a dollar reversal. Is it going to play out? Maybe yes, maybe not. Who knows? But be careful with risk management, because that is the only thing you can control in trading, nothing else. So Euro USD is the next one, which I'm expecting again. Euro strengthening against the dollar. GBP USD is the same, but who the hell knows where is the bottom? Keep tanking. It hit my stop loss 3 times. I had 3 positions, so I'm just gonna wait out. It's tough morning, definitely, but there will be some dollar weakening if everything plays out as it's forecasted in the economic calendar. So GBP USD, I'm going to stand back for a little. Euro USD is still in the game, and gold, on the other hand, is performing extremely well. So that's the game plan for today. Any questions? No questions? Perfect. No question is good question. Okay, So I have a question for you guys. How on earth is possible we have 250 people watching the stream and only 90 of you hit the like or the thumbs up button? So you better keep pressing the thumbs up button right now before I end the stream, please. I want to see 200 likes before the GDP data printing, which is in 21 minutes. So can we hit 200 likes in 21 minutes? It's how many? It's 20 likes per minute. No, 10 likes per minute. Even less, 5 likes per minute. It's gonna be 110.
That's easy for the YouTubers. It takes 2 seconds for the YouTubers to press that like.
Yeah, but they are bloody lazy. I mean, they're not doing the job. They're not pulling their weight into the exercise.
Yeah,
We're doing all the
I
heavy
like
lifting. Thank you so much. I like you too, Raul.
I especially opened YouTube for you.
Okay,
Thank you
go
so
in,
much.
Have a look and give
You
a
see,
like.
all the members in the team, they making the effort to open 2 screens and laptops and whatever devices and keep pressing the like button. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. One for the team, in it.
One for the team and one for the money.
What was the song? ABBA.
I don't know.
Goes 1 for the money, 2 for something like that.
Yeah, 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 2 for the money. Well, let's go, go.
That's the one. That's the
That's old stuff.
Yeah, that's all.
That's Elvis Presley to Blue Suede Shoes.
Yeah. Oh, you know that.
Yeah, but it's a famous song, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah,
It wasn't
you're
not my era, but you know,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
even I'm too old to remember that. I mean, not old enough. I mean,
Okay, so for the stream and for the live trading, today we're going to focus on gold because gold is still already in profit, so that's a good thing. The other thing we're going to do is Euro USD is still in the game, but it's bloody drawdown. Now GBP USD is a little cunt because it's not acting well. There's a reason why I hate GU and I never trade it, and today confirmed again that I should stay away. USD Japanese yen. Yeah, USD Japanese yen is I am in 500 pounds drawdown, but I'm expecting the same thing. And could this be a double top on the 15-minute chart? Very well, maybe. We will see. For some reason, dollar just doesn't want to crash, even though we are going to have a most likely very disappointing number. Now, because we don't know what is going to be the GDP or the gross domestic product or the national accounts, national income account data printing, it could be, you know, slightly higher than expected or the forecast, which again is going to cross all our plans. Remember that even I can do mistakes, even my forecast is not 100%. Therefore, the only thing that you and I and all of the traders can control is your risk management, is your position size. Nothing else is certain. Nothing else is guaranteed on the market. Therefore, it's completely up to you how you're going to survive today, tomorrow, and the coming days and years are you going to spend with trading. So be careful. Also, we have initial jobless claims as well. It's difficult to add all these variables together. If everything lines up as it's forecasted, then the game plan, as I said, gold long, Euro USD long, GBP USD long, USD Japanese yen short. ¿Comprende?
Comprende.
¿Habla español, señor Raúl?
Tipo poco.
Ah, uno poco. ¿Dónde está
Nej,
la discoteca?
Jag säger det inte. Jag har lärt mig någonting, men det är inte okej att säga det på Zoom och YouTube.
¿Dónde estás? Nej. ¿Dónde está la
Och
biblioteca?
sen säg ingenting mer.
Una cocaína. Oh, sorry, we can't say that.
Mucha grande och sen then I stop.
Dos cervezas, por favor.
Por favor.
Por Oh, we hit 200 likes, just 2 likes shy away. So 270 people, 275 people watching the stream right now, eagerly waiting for the best gold analysis. Maybe it's going to be delivered on this channel, I have no idea. Apparently there's a reason why many people watching it. Usually we are good with the forecast. Now, this is what my forecast. I want to see, I want to hear, what is your opinion about everything I explained about the GDP correlation, all that economic nonsense and, you know, all that science and knowledge. How is GDP affecting the exchange rate market, which, you know, you should know. So I want to hear your opinion. First thing to start with, is gold buy or sell?
Sell.
You selling gold?
Nope.
But you
I had
said,
a nice trade yesterday, but I'm still bearish. It didn't break my trend line, so
I'm selling gold.
it's still respecting.
go on, it's
both
not what we
the
dis.
pivot. The pivot
It's not-
is under the pivot and under the trend line.
It's not what we discussed it before the stream, guys. You should just say yes. It's fine.
Wait, I will watch my bank account if it's.
I'm gonna ask for
on
that
it.
£5 I gave you.
I didn't get the transfer.
I'm gonna take back that £5 I gave.
I think gold is respecting nicely the previous daily close. It's just like rebalancing all the time on it.
Dankeschön, Thierry. It's so weird that you speak German, but your name is French.
I speak French too.
Ah, ça va?
Petit peu.
Parlez français?
Bien
Bon,
sûr.
bon.
Enchanté, mon ami.
Le plaisir est partagé.
Are you from Swiss?
German.
German, okay.
Yeah. I love. Do you know how?
Das
Do you,
ist toll. Mit no. Aus Tirol.
do you know in British butterfly is you know, butterfly is butterfly. In French it's papillon. In German, what is it in German?
Schmetterling.
Schmetterling. Hospital is hospital in English. How do you call it in French?
Gitarre.
And how do you call it in German?
Krankenhaus.
Krankenhaus.
I was going to say it's Krankenhaus.
Krankenhaus.
No, not Frankenhaus.
Okay, but I can't pronounce it.
And the same with you know, the ambulance. It's called in English. It's ambulance. In French,
And in
it is
Dutch?
called. It's called what
Ambulance.
French?
Ambulance.
Ambulance. And in German, Krankenwagen.
Well, that makes sense.
That's ambulance. Damn.
Am I right or not? This is
Yeah, you're
just
right.
hilarious.
You're damn right.
Yeah, those accents are mad.
In it, bruv.
Yeah, bruv.
I'm most terribly sorry about my accent. I can't help it if I speak English properly.
Oh, it's fine.
I may not be able to speak any other languages. Well, a smattering.
Yeah, at least you speak British properly. You speak
Well,
proper
sort of.
British. Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
I had.
Too
in it,
right,
mate.
mate. No?
All right, fam.
How you doing, mate? How's it aim?
Oh dear.
Like you down here in Dorset, we speak really weird.
And a Geordie accent as well. That's.
No, that wasn't Geordie. But anyway, I can't do
And
accent.
Mancunian.
Oh,
that's-
God.
Anyway.
Assalamualaikum.
Malaikum salam, Jimmy.
Ambulante. Nice.
Jimmy, how many languages do you speak?
Only two. English mix and Malay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
No body
Irish-
language.
Yeah, Irish is easy.
Body language too.
That's disappointed, my friend.
Irish is easy. You just punctuate with the word fuck.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, everything.
The most language I
Every
know
other
is
word is that. Of fact.
The language, the language that I really know is body language. It's very good, easy to understand. You know.
And the market language too.
I feel sorry you don't talk it.
Yeah, can you understand B's body language or Sophie's?
Wow.
That's
Sophie.
probably the middle finger.
What do I have to do in this now?
Nothing. we just like to be inclusive.
Oh God.
Interesting when we put Sophie in the middle. Oh, it's good.
I think
Oh.
Sophie's body language at the moment is the middle finger to Ellen.
Yeah, probably.
No, I won't do that. No.
You stupid ass.
We love Sophie, you know. Here in the group, we love Sophie, you know.
Thank you. I love you guys too.
Okay.
Not all. Only me. Okay, thank you.
No, you have a wife that loves you.
Thank you so much.
What could be the body
You're
language now?
welcome.
That could be the problem.
1
I
million
do
people
apologize,
is here.
guys, to interrupt this smooth conversation, but Chimp, what's his name?
Chip chop.
Chip Chop. No.
Chip.
Chip. Yeah, he kindly pointed out that Euro USD might going to hit stop loss. So just until we have some confirmations about what is going to be data, you know, be careful. You might want to lose positions, or just easy with the lot sizes, because the market isn't behaving the way I speculated this morning. So caution is requested. Okay.
USD won't give up.
It is really stubborn.
You still holding your buy, Thomas? Gold?
On gold? Or what? Or Euro USD?
Oh, I mean, no,
that's
gold.
gold.
I
Yes,
think
GU and EU both hit stop losses, so I'm gonna stay out from these. Just gonna delete this one and leave a message to the team.
Don't forget to subscribe and like the YouTube live channel. Guys, come on guys. 500 likes today, 500.
Jimmy, so Ramadan is almost over, right?
Yeah, I think around 2 days more. 3 days more, something like that. So after that, I will be.
So was it today or yesterday the lovely night?
Laylatul Qadar.
Uh-huh.
Not Laylatul Qadar, we cannot predict it, but we just try around 10 days before it ends Ramadan. We try to pray as much as we could to get that benefit of Laylatul Qadar.
Man, I know I'm Muslim too.
Oh,
Just asked you, when was it in your country? Was it yesterday or today?
Sorry, Sophie. Sophie, where are you from, Sophie?
From Pipland.
Oh! Well done, Sophie. Well done.
Brilliant. Oh my God, you lucky.
Unbelievable.
We are
Gold City, innit? Pipland and Gold City.
Yes, exactly.
I think you know, Sophie should join your hacking group, the Pipettes.
Pipettes.
What? Yes, we are mini alphas, you know.
Sophie, just mind asking, are you married already or single?
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, dangerous question.
So everybody will know that no one will catch her, will disturb her. I'm just protecting her. So this information is good for all of us to know. Very, very good information for the single guy. All right?
That's it, Sophie. Shut everyone up.
Tell them, Sophie. Put them in their place. I will be back in a second.
You know, it's just no, not like that. No, I'm not answering.
Okay. Is that your picture a dog or a cat?
Hamster.
A dog.
You can hold a dog there.
What?
Can you hold a dog?
I have
You
3 dogs. Yes.
Really? We I don't know. I don't know about it, but we don't hold dogs or keep dogs. Cats, yes.
Do you eat dogs?
Why?
Who eat
I was
dogs?
about to ask, Thomas.
Some country does.
Wow, eat
Yes.
dogs. Huh?
Calling it
Yes.
satay.
Is it dog or hot dog?
Dogs. They are eating dog's meat.
It's
Oh
terrible.
my god.
In Peru, you can get a nice guinea pig satay. Guinea pig also.
Oh.
Oh my god, guinea pig.
What I know about this is we don't keep dogs because they drop the saliva here and there, right?
Yeah.
And,
The what?
It's like
Your
saliva.
Sorry?
They drop the saliva here and there, and we pray right on the ground. So that's not good. If
Okay.
you ask me.
Sorry to
That's the reason.
interrupt.
Topic.
Euro USD.
What?
I'm gonna enter into. We are 6 minutes into the GDP announcement, and I'm still holding my analysis. So I know many people just shouting buy or sell, but they don't have any logical reasoning and argument why they're doing it. They just look at the chart and using, oh, I'm trading like banks and all that bullshit. But I'm gonna test. I'm still holding to my theory, which is, you know, how GDP is affecting the exchange rate market. And you know, if this plays out, which usually they fairly accurate with the forecast on GDP, because it is, you know, it's a national account. It's based on numbers, not just some random guys throwing statistics. I'm holding my stance that in Euro USD is going to be bullish, so I'm re-entering into Euro USD. Stop loss should be around, let's say, maybe, yeah, somewhere around 1.046, and then take profit is open. We might have a wipe down to hit all the stop losses, depending on what will be the data, but I entered into a buy position. And this is not financial advice, and the only thing you can manage is your stop loss, is your account's position size. So please, learning from today's mistakes, that GDP, USD and Euro USD were quite bearish. So make sure that you manage your risk properly. And we have 3 minutes into the GDP data printing.
I take profit my goal already, Thomas, already, because of the sell. I think I saw the sell in my technical analysis, so I take profit already. But I came in late a bit lah. Alright, but the profit is still good lah. Alhamdulillah, very good. And then
yeah, the gold profit was good today, but the shit thing is that Euro USD and GBP USD were just really disappointing. Which I don't know whether it's the pre-data printing manipulation or what was it. It just, dollar is extremely strong.
True, very true.
So, if it doesn't work out, even though if these numbers play out like this, the forecast, if it's as it's forecasted, and if it doesn't work out, I'm going to eat this book right here. And I'm gonna give back my degree, because that is ridiculous. And I know there's manipulation on market, but today is just not what I was expecting.
Don't eat the book, Thomas. Just send it to me. Let me read it first.
You know you can download it, so I share you a very good site, which is, where is it? Oh, this one. So Z Library.
Oh.
You can download any books. I think you have 3 books a day, 5 a day, just like a wedgies. You type in any books, and it's there. We can download it. All the PDFs.
What's the name of the book? Economics.
Yeah, this is Economics by Ismaglu.
Ismaglu.
Yeah, it's one of the authors. It looks like a broccoli on the cover.
The broccoli economic book.
The broccoli economic book. That's perfectly summarized, Jimmy. Thank you. Well done.
Hoorah! Where is my buddy? One of my buddy.
Sean.
The man with the Sean, the man with the pistol, big pistol.
Officer Johnson.
Officer Johnson from Arkansas. When he said, "Trust me, brother," it sounds different from him when he said like that. Trust me, brother. Oh.
He wrote that he was the day off. He was visiting and some people, paying respect to someone.
Oh, really?
1 minute into 1 minute to the GDP. It's 45 seconds. Oh, so exciting. Is it going to be a massive fail on today's analysis? Maybe, maybe not.
Shit, that goal is going down.
So yeah, but it's only a retracement. Don't be afraid. There's going to be a inverse head and shoulder.
For H1, right?
Anything you want, Jimmy. Yeah.
I just read the book.
Trust me, brother.
Economic.
Yeah, I learned everything from the broccoli economic book, so trust me.
I don't trust him.
2 seconds.
1. Boom. Move.
Where is it?
Boom, boom.
Where is it?
Oh. Wow.
Oh, GDP is minus 1.4. Fuck me, that's going to be super bearish for euro dollar and super bullish for
everything's flying. Wow.
Yeah.
For gold is bullish.
It's bullish for gold. Bullish for euro USD, bullish for GU. Everything. Oh, hold on. What's the other ones? GDP price index. There is inflation. Fucking big inflation. Initial jobless claim stays as it is. So it is everything as forecasted and planned. Gold buy, euro USD buy, GBP USD buy.
USD JPY
Japanese
sell.
yen, it's, yeah, sell. Sell like crazy. Fucking big lots. Put the house on it. Now, this is not financial advice, so don't do anything crazy.
Let's go buy gold.
Let's go gold, let's go. Push it. Are we going to hit the TP straight away? Haha!
Oh, yeah.
Enter 1 second, then after 1 minute we TP. That is not a financial advisor, okay?
Come on, gold, come on. Make Daddy proud. Make Daddy proud. Can we make today?
Wow. Minimum 3 candle for H1.
Minimum 3. Yeah, how is your USD doing? Fucking good. I don't have to eat my economics book. Good.
Wow, it's flying.
It is going to fly, and I told you why. Today's entry was early this morning, but it's fucking economics, and I love it. I love that shit.
But your analysis on gold last time when it falls, it goes up. I think yesterday was amazing, super amazing, Thomas. Very, very nice.
Who entered into these positions now?
Me.
Yes, brother.
I did as well.
Trust me, brother. Okay, I do apologize for the morning mess up, but...
Why, Sophie? Why?
I don't know. I'm just all the time unlucky with gold. I just all the time miss it.
You miss it, huh?
Oh shit, I forgot to enter the Euro USD. So Euro USD is going to be the same setup as gold. So just for the sake of example, it's going to be exactly the same.
Thomas, what's your TP for gold?
TP is open, but definitely, if you look at the market structure, previous daily open, if you know, I would consider closing majority of the positions.
All right, thank you.
Wow, gold is flying. Wow. Oh my God.
Trust me,
Amazing.
brother. I told you.
I trust you, brother. No worry, brother.
Okay, people in YouTube, honestly, I know it's not financial advice. Financial advice. Who entered into gold?
Come on, YouTube people.
Oh, man, I'm 25% up.
You 5% up. Well done.
25%.
25%. From one trade.
Wow, wow, gold price.
No. I got Euro USD, USD JPY.
Whoa.
Gold is flying. Gold is flying.
Boom.
This is a very
Trust
good
me,
financial-
Trust me, brother. Double your money in two hours.
2 hours, yes.
Just earn money around 2 minutes, brother. 2 minutes only, brother. Only profit, brother.
This is one of the best lives, by the way.
It is.
The
Because
most
I have something
amazing
to
life.
I have something to tell finally, that how fucking economics affecting the market and the exchange rate. Because, you know, now GDP, we can compare it to last year, but the last year compared to the 2 years before, it was difficult because of the pandemic. There was no production, there was no growth in 2020. But 2021, everything reopened, so that was year one. And now we're in year two since the pandemic. And this is why it's now slowly getting back into economics. And maybe I should focus only gold because that's my specialty. Currencies, let's have a look on your USD. Come on, baby, keep push it up. Keep push it up.
Oh, you're still on euro.
Yeah, your USD. I have open positions. I have sell in USD Japanese yen. I even prepared a little presentation for you guys today, but I couldn't finish it. So let me just share it with you. Or
Is it for what? For gold or what?
For GDP. No, how GDP is affecting exchange rates.
I thought it's only inflation, Thomas.
No. GDP affecting gold as well, because that is when you bring in the XY correlation. Let me just show you too. This
wow,
is
it's
called
the alpha economics already. Wow. The alpha broccoli economics.
Yeah. So I prepared a little, but couldn't finish the presentation. And talking about how is the GDP calculated, what is the GDP, even what are the problems with GDP, because it doesn't measure many things like ownership of asset, etc., etc. And how is it affecting the exchange rate, the USD? So that was the plan to show you in a presentation, but I just couldn't finish it, and because GU was really hitting my stop loss, so I couldn't focus on things. But I'm going to do presentations like this, and we're going to learn some economics. How is it taught at universities and finance courses? And you see the result. Your USD is going up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chang. I really appreciate the kind words. So we are going to learn economics from next week. We're going to start with supply and demand. We're going to learn the proper way, as I was taught back in the days. I'm going to show you everything about what I know.
Thank you so much, Thomas. There you go. Gold.
Okay.
Gold.
So now we're just watching the market and seeing.
Thomas, maybe for those that missed out on this move, would you give them could you give them a potential entry, or would you advise them to wait because of the impulse move? A retracement should take place.
Yeah, I would wait. I would wait. If you know, the data only came out, the market is digesting, investors you know, standing with their PP in their hands, scratching their head like, okay, so what do we make out of these numbers? And then they look at the chart, okay, so do we buy or sell gold? Then they're gonna look at my channel and then they decide, okay, it's a buy. But if they're late, you know, okay, let's focus on what do we know. So we just been created a new market structure because now on smaller time frame we broke the previous market structure. So we broke these lows and highs. Price broke through, came back, retested the previous daily close, and finally I think it's going to hopefully respect this market structure and the previous daily close. So I think we have the bottom in form of an inverted head and shoulder if we speak technical analysis. So if you enter now, I always say it's never too late to enter, but you have to trade off a wider stop loss because is for your laziness or because you had to feed the kids or you know, satisfy your wife or husband or lover or both or whatever, but you missed it. You missed it, so you have to sacrifice a wider stop loss. And plus, remember the news only came out, so don't try to get into the habit of not jumping into impulsively to any trades. If you missed it, my friend, just have to observe and, you know, be ready next time. That's it. If you want to look for entries, I would wait the price to come back to spike down to the previous daily close. That would be my suggestion. Did I satisfy your question? Or answer your question?
Yes,
Andrew.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's tough to answer.
No,
Is it too late to enter?
I'm in gold, but I mean, I think it was Sophie. She said she didn't get in, and I can imagine a bunch of people on YouTube as well. They didn't have the chance.
And we have to ask the question: why they didn't have the chance? Did they have not the opportunity to join the Alpha FX to get daily alerts and morning briefings and all of that? Of course they had the opportunity. In it, it's just, you know, everyone has the opportunity. If they don't take it, yeah, if they don't take it, I can't help them. 50% off. I mean, what else can I give? It's only 5 membership left. You know, it's they didn't take the opportunity. Whose fault is it? Ain't mine. But anyway, speaking of which, just kidding. 50% is still valid for the next 5 memberships, but if you're too late to enter, please do not rush, because impulse moves usually followed by retracement, and this is where personally, I made most of my losses entering into impulse moves. If I missed it, I had to learn the hard way. It's just, you know, sit back, watch, and see others' pride and glory. The screenshots was painful to watch, like the money I could have made if I enter into that. But if I missed it, you know, wait.
Seems to be always a way. If you're so tempted to enter late, most of the time if you do enter late, it then retracts and you're in way bigger drawdown than you thought you should be. Mind you, if you don't go in, it continues going up.
Yeah.
Let's go gold. Let's go.
Well, I joined you on GBP and Euro and made some money, which I put.
GBP Euro. You mean Euro GBP?
Sorry, Euro USD and GBP USD.
Yeah, but saying that, the reaction wasn't as aggressive as I was expecting, and now it's back to below the trend line. So
No, that's why I just put.
There's a possibility that I do have to read this heavy fucking economics book. We'll see, but let's focus on what we proud of. Focus on the strengths and not the weaknesses. So, for Sheep KP on YouTube says gold will still go down. Okay, maybe instead of writing gold will still go down, maybe add some arguments, some reasoning, some, you know, some facts, some data. Instead of saying gold will go down, you know, add some reasoning. As an adult person, as a professional, have some respect. D on YouTube says, buy, DXYB rise. I don't know what exactly you're trying to say, but you know, try to use longer sentences with some more information in the sentence so we understand why is gold gonna go up or why is gold gonna go down. I know it sounds a bit cocky, but that's how argument works. We don't have to agree, but at least have the respect to give as much information as possible so we have the opportunity to understand where you're coming from. So someone says he's going to make a double bottom. Anything is possible. What would I believe in more? Saying that, you know, a double bottom, or maybe 900 pages of economics on my table and looking at the chart.
No, I don't like double bottoms myself. They're too off-putting.
Economics makes sense.
Lots of British girls have got double bottoms.
You mean
I
flat,
really like
flat
that.
bottoms?
I really like
No.
that. Very, very. I like that, Alan.
I'm getting down to Jimmy's level now. It's terrible.
Double bottom. I like triple
So,
bottom.
I see that on YouTube, a few people are really sticking to what they know. But sometimes you have to let technical analysis go, because trading isn't working. So trading purely on technical analysis is sometimes very, very dangerous. The reason for this is because what you see on the chart is, yes, it's a representation of data in forms of candlesticks. But the problem is that the investors are not going to look at candlesticks. They're looking for, on the chart, once they made... imagine how a bank or an asset management company works, right? They have economists, they have financiers, they have people who knows how to trade. And what they do is, if they trade on a currency exchange market, they look at the macroeconomics. What is the strength? Okay, let's say they have 5 countries to choose from. Which one are they going to invest? Europe, Asia, America, Africa, India. And what they do, they sit down, they look at the numbers. Okay, what is the interest rate in the given countries? What is the strength of the local currency? What is the net balance of payments? What is the trade balance, exports minus imports? What is the consumption? You know, all the economics, and they look at, okay, let's imagine that currently the US is doing extremely well. They're offering one of the highest interest rates in the developed economies. Now the GDP came out, which is a pile of crap. So it's really bearish for gold, for GDP. So until the next interest rate hike, there will be the GDP dominating, or is the GDP is going to dominate the news, because that is what you're going to read in the newspapers. That look at this disappointing number, minus 1.4%. So the US economy is shrinking, guys. It's not expanding, it's shrinking. It's dollar bearish, and dollar was dominating the market for so long. Come on, look at this. How strong was the dollar during the pandemic? Dollar was king. But if the economy is shrinking and you coming to me with your double bottom, with your Fibonacci and, you know, all that, come on, guys. That's not how trading works. You have to admit sometimes that you need to sit down, read the book and understand the economics and the finance, how real finance works. Rental work.
When do you think the economy will slow down, Thomas?
The US.
When does it? Yes.
It started already. GDP
Yes.
is negative, which means it's contracting. So if you look at the previous numbers, the last time when they had negative rates was during the pandemic. -5.
Yes.
So if you look at the pandemic started in 2020 March. Before that we had around 2%, which is the average. I was going 0.12% expanding. Then 2020 April, the shit hit the fans. Oh, why is it going the other way? Maybe my economics is wrong. So if you look at the GDP,
Europe and GDP are coming back down again to their starting point.
Okay, so until they normalize, we're just going to look at this fixed screen. So we're going to keep talking, ignoring the prices falling. But so you see these. Ignore the colors. Colors are misleading.
Nice Worcester sauce with your book, if you want.
Even though this is a green number, this is bad. I mean, -32% growth. The economy is shrinking, and then 2020 was real shit. And second quarter in around September, countries reopened and then they closed in again, and now it's shrinking again. But I'm going to talk more about this if you guys are interested.
Because I see the last two weeks decreasing orders. In this case, trucks and everything.
Yeah, Salosal on YouTube says that, well, if you look at the chart, you can see that gold is getting rejected, so why you would go long? I mean, come on, guys. You have to sometimes ignore the technicals. I mean, we're not looking at candles. The candles and charts is only for entry. You have to have a strategy behind. If you start investing in currencies, in assets, in commodities, you have to understand what is a cycle. You have to understand what is the exchange rate market. You have to understand what is interest rate parity. Why is one country stronger than another if you invest in a currency? Because what is a currency? What is the exchange rate? It is the trust that we put into the currency behind the country. Before it was easy because there was a massive gold reserve, but since Bretton Woods there is no gold reserve, and the dollar only worth as much as the country. And how is the country measured? Fucking GDP. So stop talking about candles and patterns and everything. Understand where I'm coming from. Yes, we do look at the charts, but we're only looking for entries. Once we have the strategy confirmed based on as a strategy in finance and economics, then we look at the chart.
Besides, anyway, with this amount of data, it does take a bit of time for the market to absorb this.
Yeah, that's sad.
You don't, although you'll get some instant moves, and we have had that, half an hour later, even an hour later, it can really then impact the market. So it's not always instant.
Yeah. The problem is that sometimes economics doesn't work in the markets because the markets are run by money. So we have to. This is the other side, which, from my side, it would be arrogance not to admit that, yes, sometimes the market doesn't work as written in economic textbooks. We saw it many times. But what I'm coming from is instead of just looking at double bottoms and fibs and everything, just try to understand if you're investing in currencies and how is the... How is the currency market is run? What is the currency market? Who are the biggest players? How is an interest rate decision going to affect the USD dollar? If you don't understand it, you're going to lose with your double bottoms and fibs. So yeah, anyway, I'm too tired to explain more because it's like a lost cause. The more I try to explain about why, I mean, I worked in banks and asset management companies, and every single meeting where I worked in, we had a strategy. And a logical reasoning we had to deduct and show that, okay, we think that it's good to invest in emerging countries, for example, Poland, peripheral countries, in currencies. We invested in Brazilian real in the futures market and in Mexico, and that was during the elections. And we looked into how strong is the economy, what is the possibility of a default, what was the result of the election, net balance of payments. We never looked at double bottoms, but I leave it to you guys. Do what you, if it works for you, do it. But two different things.
Mas, I completely agree with you. Economics is number one. I did a placement at a hedge fund last year after I finished my university, and when I was in the investment department, it's purely just economics. They just look at the numbers that come out.
Yeah.
And once they have the numbers, they can now not calculate, but they can now forecast where the market will potentially go to.
Absolutely. They have probabilities. I mean, if you look into any investment companies, or majority, there are some exotic ones. For example, they look at purely on satellite pictures of ports and companies. If the traffic increased in the parking lot, for example, in a Chinese factory, that means that demand is picking up. Trucks are coming in and out, bringing inputs and taking away products. These are some exotic hedge funds. You look at satellite pictures. But on the other hand, in reality, people and financiers and traders, they look at data, charts, statistics, and then they move into on the chart, look at the technical analysis.
Don't worry, brother. I just add my lot, brother. I'm on a buy now. My technical analysis is totally on buy too. I can see it. Inshallah.
Yeah, this is, and I thank you, Andrew, for jumping in. Yeah, sometimes it's difficult to make a legit and valid conclusion and deduction, because if you look at the numbers, it's not simple as that. We look at the continuing jobless claims and initial jobless claims, because there are other things. You look at the GDP, you look at the inflation data, you understand the GDP price index is an inflation indicator, and then you look at the initial jobless claims, and then so many things to do. It's hurting my brain sometimes, but at least take the effort, start from somewhere, and that's how we learn. This is the learning curve. If you make a mistake, it's absolutely not a problem, but in the long term, once you understand what are these numbers and why are we look at these numbers, and then move to the chart and then read some news and understand what is happening, then you look at it. Financial Times, US economy contracts for the first time. And if you're telling me that this isn't going to affect the dollar strength, I gave up the argument, guys. But it made it straight to the Financial Times front page because it's a big news, and that is affecting the economy. It's affecting the exchange rate market.
When you're going up against the euro, I mean, the euro, they've still coming out. They've not got any date for increasing interest rates. They're doing various things, which they'll do before they do that. So that's not good on the euro. The British economy is actually, well, it's down the pan at the moment, roughly.
Yeah.
Apart from all the aberrations in the UK with our idiot.
So someone asked about what is my opinion about US 30. Now, I would stay away from US 30. We are well into the earnings season still. It's not over yet. We just had Alphabet reporting yesterday or the day before after market. So, no, actually, was Alphabet yesterday. Anyway, long story short is we all know that the stock market is not a representation of the economy. So even though that the economy is going into drive into a fucking stone wall, concrete wall, because of this minus negative 1.4, the stock market could easily fly. So until the earnings season is going and we haven't cleared up all the whys and current situation in Ukraine, I would just stay away from US 30. So OZR on YouTube is asking, do you recommend reading this economics book as a first thing? Now, this one, what I just showed you, that broccoli economics, I wouldn't recommend, because that is a technical book. So it's way too advanced for, well, it's not, everyone can read it, you can understand it, but I would start with something more digestible, easy reading to understand economics, because that is the things in this economics book. The other problem with this, that this is theory. These theories were written by guys, mostly guys, old guys who are already dead, unfortunately. All the economic theories, Adam Smith, John Maynard Keynes, and you know, all the famous economists. These theories have been developed majority 80 or 100 years ago, or even older. Now the problem is that since that, so many things happened. When these guys wrote these theories, we didn't have quantitative easing, we didn't have pandemic in the global economy, we had recessions, we didn't have stagflation. Stagflation was only added into the economic textbooks after the 1970s, even the 1980s, because back in the 1970s, when there was stagflation, so there was a slow growth or no growth and high inflation environment, they didn't know it's called stagflation, stagnation plus inflation. So sometimes, you know, economic theories doesn't always work out because they outdated. Imagine that when the economic theories developed by these economists, they had a simple job of jotting down the circular flow of income. You go do your job to a factory, you get paid, you go out and send your payment into a wage in, you know, buying groceries, buying a car, etc. You go into the bank, you take out a loan, or you deposit money and it can lend your money, 90% of your money, into a loan to another person, and then a liability becomes an asset and the asset becomes a liability to the bank. So that's the circular flow of income. Problem is that it's not applicable for every single country in the world. Imagine the US, which is the most indebted nation in the whole world, because the loans and debt are in the culture. There is no way that an average person can succeed without going into, you know, debt, finish a college, etc. So I think, and if someone in the group is from America, you can confirm it, or you can say I'm an idiot, but in my opinion, in the new US, it's a normal thing to go in, you know, heavily debted, because you have to if you want to go to college or if you want to buy a house. And the problem is, when the economy concepts were developed back in 80 or 100 years ago, there was no such thing as, you know, you going into get everything on loans, cars, house, education. So it's different. The economists today having a hard time to adding debt into the circular flow of income, because what is debt? Who can define what is debt?
Money that's owed.
Yeah, but if you take a balance sheet, is it an asset or liability?
It's a debt is a liability to you, but it's an asset for the bank. And also it's a way to increase cash flow in the economy, because the money is just created by nothing.
Yeah,
ledger,
but
right?
that's
So it's a way to introduce cash in the system.
Yeah, that's a perfect textbook description. But in reality, we talk about asset and liability, and you said that it's a liability for the person who took the loan, right?
Generally, yeah, like on the textbook, but yeah, it can be.
Now that is where it's an asset for the bank because they're earning interest on the loan, right? And it's liability for the person who took out the loan. In reality, it depends on the size of the loan. If the loan is small, for example, for a car or jewelry or wedding ring or whatever, let's say $2,000, that's a liability for the man who took it out. Now, if the loan is $40 million, now that's a problem for the bank.
Oh, okay. So
It is still a liability on paper, but you know, it's the problem of the bank whether they're gonna get paid back or not.
Yeah, it's like if like I always think, for example, if you know, China has a lot of American debt or American bonds, but that also means that America has the debtor has some leverage over the lender, because like, you want this money back, well, you're gonna have to play my game, and there's a kind of funny intersection between those two things, right?
Yeah. Evergrande. Look at the company in China.
Oh yeah, Evergrande, yeah, and they just can't get their money back, but they want to get their money back, so they're playing ball because they want this company to survive. Yeah, that's a real good one. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always two sides of the story.
Yeah.
But that's exactly the reason why they have CDS. They developed CDS to kind of cover the risk for the
Yeah, but the credit default swap is only applicable for capital market players, and you know, those who have money to play the insurance and the premium. But in real economy, credit default swap is not an option to many things. Even, you know, enterprises and companies, if they don't have access to capital markets, I don't think it's something that can be done, because a credit default swap.
Yeah, you have to be negotiate deal by deal. You can't just go in and say that, oh, I want to get a CDS for something. It has to be custom made.
And it's a long time, and it's really expensive.
Yeah, Mr. Michael Berry through AIG, but the middle people were Goldman Sachs, and they got the, you know, they got the arbitrage on the deal back in the day, 2008, right? The Big Short.
Yeah, I think Morgan Stanley is really into doing that as well.
Oh, before I forget, next week we have some other exciting events finally. Who knows what is going to happen next week? Let's see. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesday.
FOMC? It's FOMC, right?
That's correct. We had the Fed interest rate decision, and this time they're forecasting 50 basis points. Haven't happened for a long time, 50 basis points. Let's look at the data. And this is a homework for you guys, for the people who are watching YouTube, because the team in my hand knows exactly how interest rate is going to affect gold. How is it going to affect exchange rate? So I highly advise that you look into how 50 basis point increase is going to affect gold price. And the best thing to start with is look up what happened the last time when they increased by 50 basis points or 25, and this is where the 50 started. No, yes, maybe. So go back to 2015, December the 16th, and look up how has it affected gold price. You will thank me later. So, people who missed it, and I'm answering Andrew, it came back because we're forming now a new market structure. You can see on the left that was a strong support. I think because we have confirmations in forms of the... Mama is not here. So if you look at the confirmations, first we do the economic analysis, how GDP is going to affect gold price. We did that. Now we're looking for entries. We did that. If you missed it, I'm giving you another chance to enter. Market is giving you another chance to enter. All you have to do is look technically, what do we have? We have support and resistance. We have previous daily close. We have Fibonacci 38.2. We have we're still trading below the pivot, so you can if I was to miss the entry, I would enter now with stop loss at 1881, take profit the previous daily open. That would be my second entry. And to put my money where my mouth is, I'm going to enter now. 1881. Take profit. Let's do the take profit at 1895 with a bigger lot. Don, are you washing the dishes?
Yeah. I'll enter it as well. Thanks to you, Thomas, I caught 200 pips today.
Damn right. What is happening with gold? Is it going up? Boom!
These nice trades, wonderful.
Yeah.
Oriented with you.
Euro USD and GU was bit inconvenient in the morning, let's say. I think it was too eager. And that was my mistake. That was my emotion that, yes, Thomas knows economics and, you know, let's do it. But then it pulled down my trouser. But now, Thomas is back.
You predicted the future a bit too early.
Yeah, we can say that. It's a really nice...
It was a very nice move when the news did come out. I had to secure some pips.
Yeah, and it hasn't finished, my friend. There's more to come.
Oh,
Trust me, brother. Onur, if after I explained the second entry, I still have someone asking on YouTube, Onur, that is it a buy? Gitsumarin asking, how long have you been trading? 2022, I think about 10 years now. Yeah, if you're interested, you can read my bio on my website, where I started my professional career. That's me. That's when I had hair and I was working at a hedge fund. That was my old screen. That's my suit. That was my pen. Yeah, that's chilling in an expensive health club in Bank, London. That's my coffee and I can know how to read. That's my CISI certification. That was the road where I was going to work in bank in London every single day when I worked at the hedge fund. That's me casually walking with the laptop.
I saw massage table just now, Thomas. Massage table.
Yeah, that's me casually sitting on a bridge as you would do every single day. You know, some more lifestyle photos. These are the books I've read. You know, it's all on the website.
And
Very
notice how there's no Ferraris or lush living, how the scammers do it.
No.
It's just straight up.
Gold is going down.
Stop saying that.
Hi, Raoul, me old mate. How are you doing?
Oh, all right, mate. Oh, I'm okay.
You're right then, are you?
You're right. Yeah, man.
Hey, what's up?
I think we should not forget this US New York City open time. So they'll be like battling for it to take all the possible liquidity on the market.
Yeah, we still have that hurdle in the way. Let's see if we can jump it through or not.
Rahul, are you in buy or sell today? For gold.
Sorry, what did you ask, Anwar?
I was just checking with Rahul if he's in buy or sell with gold.
I'm going to block you right now if you ask that question.
With Rahul, I'm saying.
I'm out. I'm
Oh.
out. I'm too mixed. Moment.
Yeah, Raoul's always a little bit mixed. He can't help it though.
Yeah.
He hasn't come out the closet yet.
No, not on that way, man. It looks like a very bullish market structure, but it's still under the daily pivot. It's under an order block on the 4 hour. So I want to break it first. Pop, 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 pop. It's still under my trend line also. So we don't do anything, sitting in our hands, quality over quantity.
should. So on YouTube, I think we have some new viewers who are asking how can they join the Zoom conversation or how can they speak. You can't. Someone said, Alireza Fatipur, should I pay to talk? I think that's a bit too extreme definition and description, but in theory, yes, you should pay to speak, to be able to speak on this stream. It's a small but privileged number of people who are in the group, and we do daily analysis, morning briefings, yeah, and only members can join the Zoom. Should I pay to talk? Yeah. And Muhammad says, don't think to see descriptions. Should I add description to the chart? Maybe buy or sell? I can't do that because it's not financial advice.
It's only trust me, brother.
Yeah, trust me, brother.
I actually think it's going to be interesting, given like how the GDP data come up today, so negative, and they're expecting to a rate hike of 0.5%. I think it's going to be interesting to see, like, I mean, the press conference, I'm sure there will be a lot of questions if they actually still keep on putting a 0.5%.
Yeah, is a great question. That is going to be debate for next week. It's messed up. The economy is shrinking minus 1.4%, meaning it's contracting. A recession is coming. And the Fed is still want to increase. They want to double up the interest rate hike. Are they? Jay Powell is out of his mind, and this is exactly what they talked about it for weeks, that they won't be able to execute all the interest rate hike in this year because we are heading into a recession. So in a recession, the Fed doesn't have the privilege. They cannot increase interest rate. That is going to be lethal to low-income households. President Joe Biden, even though cannot say what the Fed can and cannot do because it's an independent institution, even President Joe Biden will come out and say in the press that, yeah, inflation is high, but you know, they just cannot raise the interest rate. It's going to hurt the economy so bad. But on the other hand, they have to do something with the interest rate. The least painful or the least well-known they can do is reducing the balance sheet, because that is only know what is the balance sheet for the financiers or traders. But if you ask an average person about what is the Fed balance sheet, they don't know what does it consist. And if they say, yeah, balance sheet is too big, it should be reduced, then they're going to say, yeah, reduce it. You know, we want our money. We are taxpayers.
Because like in the BOE meeting, they specifically say that, okay, they're willing to take a small, like to suffer a small short-term recession in order to fight inflation. That I do understand. But given how like the inflation, I mean, the CPI data in the US is already up so high, I'm like, I really wonder like how much they are willing to, like how much of recession they're going to tolerate before they really think, okay, like we can really just keep on pushing that.
They have to accept. I noticed someone wrote, Luke Lee, does this mean stagflation? Yes. Perfect example of stagflation. Stagflation is stagnated growth, so there is no growth or negative, which was confirmed today, but minus 1.4 GDP data, which is the economic expansion or contraction data. GDP price index is the broad inflation index, 8%. 4 times. If you look at the CPI, it's even higher. So high inflation, no growth, perfect stagflation environment. The Fed, I think one possible, and I'm answering to Christine now, that one possibility how to avoid stagflation if you push the economy deliberately into recession. that is going to tackle, that is a way to fight inflation. That is going to shake up the companies, and you're going to shake up everyone. That, okay, and then it's, you know, it's the end. It's painful, but it's the same as when you get chickenpox. When I was young, and if someone from the class had chickenpox, or in kindergarten in a group had chickenpox, the parents texted or phoned up the other parents like, hey, we're gonna organize a party. Did your kids have chickenpox already? If they haven't, the parents deliberately took the kids into the party to get the chickenpox, which is, you know, infectious. I don't know if you guys had this in your culture, but it was a common thing that because once you go old, and if you get chickenpox at your adult age, that can be dangerous and, you know, it can cause death. Same as in economics. Central banks sometimes push the economy deliberately into a recession to avoid a longer term suffering, such as stagflation, which is painful.
Yeah, I think people never used to worry about it when I was a kid. Certainly, people used to expect it to mix kids. Certainly not something that's done now, because actually it can be very serious, even for kids. My grandson had it and was in hospital for about 10 days. So, because of, you know, because it sometimes has much deeper effects. And now I know it's rare, but it does happen. So, you know, that's just, we know more now.
Right. Interesting comment on YouTube. The first one is Jalfasi. No, it's not chicken box from KFC. It's chicken pox. But
I'm not sure I'll have chicken box.
That's a good comment. I appreciate the humor. It's a good one, mate. The second one, Ernest saying is, hello everyone. According to my analysis, gold will hit 1970 within 30 minutes. Not sure what the signals are to go long. Like your stream, Stamash, thank you. Well, Ernest, if it hits 1970 today, I'm going to give you a full membership, lifetime. 1970 would mean, Jesus. 1970. Sure you don't want... Is it 1870? Maybe it's 1870.
It does say that. Chrissy will be going in for 40 lots really quickly.
No, I think maybe it means 8.
It's probably 1870. Yeah, if yeah, it's very much possible hitting 1870 because remember that it can create a double bottom. It can spike down again. Anything is possible. But I would prefer 1970 to be honest. That would be awesome. Come on, guys, keep pushing your USD. Okay, USD Japanese yen. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. GU. Yes. Back to profit. Woo! Good. Gold. Come on, gold.
Hey, Thomas.
Marwan, Wagwan.
How are you? I was flying and then I'm at the airport now, so I just...
Yeah, it's just resting. It's preparing for the takeoff. All good, trust me, brother.
I'm trusting you, brother.
1970.
1970, Rawood.
So D is asking what happened to my hair. I was speaking to idiots like you, and I lost my hair. That's what happened.
It looks like it's shaved, so it looks like it's more personal choice, really.
No,
obviously, it looks good. It looks good, though, so it's fine.
Yeah, I think when people run out of logical argument and reasoning, then, you know, they start becoming personal. So, you know, I think it's a rude thing to... anyway, personal preference. So, they didn't ask, you know, what's happened to your hairline when I put my ATM to any of the expensive restaurants I go to, but...
Well, I think you're a very handsome guy, even regardless, so it's fine.
Thank you so much. I find you handsome too.
Do you need something, Alan?
No, just saying. I mean, if my hair was like that, I look really terrible. That reminds me, I need
You
to-
have just out of my bed hair.
Yeah, well, that's normal.
Normal.
I comb it in the morning, and that's the last time I comb it. But not like Boris Johnson, bro. Not like that.
Shabazz Sayed, YouTube, asking twice this question, so I have to read it out. Hi Tomasz, in your website I see your photo with 6 screens. You will trade without seeing chart, you trade with number. Is it possible with anyone? That's a different story because I was a fixed income trader. And there are different setups you can save in Bloomberg. So with one click of a button, you can change all of the 6 screens, the views. And because we use so many windows and screens, we had different setups, and that was for the analysis. That was for for the economics, looking at the numbers, which country is stronger, heat maps, and all of that, and fixed income things, yield curves, etc. So we weren't looking. Fixed income trading is different to currencies or anything else. Fixed income is where that is the smart money trading, and not the shit concept you learn from Instagram. Yeah, is it possible to trade without charts? I think yes, it's possible, but the charts are there to help you to enter. Ideal Zikiri says 6 screens for 6 times the profit. Do you think that the number of screens is going to increase the profitability? I doubt it. It's really helpful, and if you trade as a professional trader, you must have minimum 4 screens. That's a must, or at least 2. If you're a retail trader, I would recommend either widescreen like this or 2 smaller screens. It's going to be really handy when you have to look at different charts. Especially if you edit videos like myself. I'm not a professional, but this big screen comes in handy. But more screens doesn't guarantee you more profits. It's like, are you gonna be better in bed if you buy a bigger car? Is it the tool gonna be bigger? No, it won't.
Thomas, you have 1 screen or you have multiple?
How many do you see on the
Very
chart?
impressive. Anyways, 49-inch one,
Yeah, man, it's big, huge.
Yeah.
Size doesn't matter, but in some
Sometimes
cases
it
it does. Absolutely.
That's what Raoul tells his missus.
Yeah, Oh, B says performance is king. Absolutely, you have to be able to use the big tools in order to perform well. Yeah. Especially ladies who are listening to this. How many times you saw a big tool, but it was not good because they couldn't use it? I mean, I'm talking about kitchen appliances and some big things, or a big car for a man. They couldn't drive it because it. Why is the market not moving? We will find out in 4 minutes. US 30 is definitely waiting out. So KCS, are you in the stream? Kashif? Was it KC or KCS? Who's KCS 83?
I don't know. I'm Kashif, so
We have more than one Kashif, so
yeah, probably.
I know we have.
What does that
KCS. Hello? KCS 83. You still here?
Don't think so, but
Yeah, he is.
No, he is. KCS 83. because he asked a question about today's economics, and one thing I can do well is talk about economics.
So what do you think of US 30 and NASDAQ? Because the earnings for NASDAQ, certainly for the 28th, but due on the 28th, don't look particularly good.
That is a problem. The US stock market is not representation of the economy. So even though the numbers are really bad for the US economy, the stock market is 99% going to go exactly the opposite direction, because it's dominated by the earnings and companies. It shows, you know, the strength of the companies. So we cannot make a conclusion between economy. Sometimes, yes, that's a different story. But during the earnings season, I'd like to avoid trading stocks.
Yeah, well, you know, definitely more than half of them are red for 28.
Laptop on YouTube asking, are you really sure it will go up? No, I'm not. You have to understand, the guys, that what I do here is I'm not giving out financial advice. What I do is I make my deduction, my analysis based on you know, reading economics textbooks, got a degree, worked in finance. So I do what I did in my professional trading career is I sit down and I jot a strategy down. I look at the numbers, countries, macroeconomics, microeconomics, sometimes if it's stocks, and I just come to a conclusion that based on the macroeconomics and the other things I put into my analysis, that which way is the exchange market gonna go. Today, I bet on the bad GDP data, the high inflation data, which is fucking bearish for USD, which is dominating the market for months now. And I think I'm forecasting a reversal, which is going to be bullish for gold. That's what I do. Whether you want to join on my journey with me and have the daily setups and everything, that's a different question. Whether it's gonna, you know, sometimes it doesn't work out. But if someone chooses on his own will to stream into the YouTube stream or join the community, they have to take the risk of any financial gains or losses. That's the deal. So am I sure it's going to go up? No, but I've done everything within my power and knowledge, which is 10 years of trading, that I made a logical reasoning and argument, set up a strategy, and I put my money where my mouth is. So Jack Thomas is asking, Tomasz, what stocks do you see with the most upside in the coming years? Usually, I mean, ask yourself the question, which stocks are performing better? Christine probably knows this answer. During an economic downturn, which industry is performing or outperforming others?
Food delivery.
There is no such thing as food delivery industry.
FMCG.
There are companies like utilities. They tend to perform well.
I was just being...
They are defensive stocks. They are defensive. And there's a reason why they're called defensive. Historically, if you look at the S&P 500, broken down into... Oh, and we have half past. So if you look at the historical performance, then utilities tend to perform really well in an economic downturn.
1970.
Here we go, but I think it's going to be 1870, not 1970, but...
Very muted reaction on Dow and Nasdaq.
Debbie on YouTube asking, Tomasz, I want to ask, why sometimes on trade already show RSI oversell but price keep falling far? Is RSI accurate? As accurate as any other tool in trading. But I wouldn't use only RSI as a trading strategy. I would incorporate it as an extra confirmation.
as you say, Thomas, one tool, one thing is not enough. You have to have at least 3 things pointing to the direction.
Yeah, when you go get your driving license, when you're driving a car, how many things you use in order to operate that car? You have pedals, gas, you have brake, you have the clutch, is it? Yeah, you have the clutch. You have mirrors, you have 2 on the side, 1 in the middle, and you're constantly watching traffic. Where is the traffic going? You look at the signs. They are there to help you, the traffic signs. You have a seat belt to protect you. That is a stop loss in the market. Imagine trading like, driving a car. Sitting in a car without mirrors and seat belt or a brake. How safe does it sound?
Sounds like my old car.
If you're Evil Knievel, very safe.
Well, he used to break loads of bones, but I'm not sure about that either.
Farukan Anvarov asking about USD Japanese yen. USD Japanese yen, where is it going? There you go.
Down the road and off the edge of a cliff.
Ain't giving out financial advice, because that's not what we do here. But I think it's pretty obvious where it's heading. And you don't need to message again on YouTube. You're freeze enough, I can read. Oh, someone from Ukraine. Well, we have Ivan from Ukraine in our team.
Yes, I'm here.
And we have a YouTuber from Ukraine. Oh, we have another Ukrainian.
Vad är det?
Jarla Puki. I did promise some giveaway to the YouTubers, haven't I? On Monday.
Who are you giving away this time? Raul, Sophie, B?
I'm giving away. No, I'm not giving away team members. I'm giving away membership. How does it sound, people on YouTube? Do you want a free membership? Write a comment in the chat now, yes or no. And hit the like with 10 likes away, hitting 300.
And the reason why you get the membership.
The reason or the thing you have to do to get the membership?
They have to have a good reason to get the membership, right?
No, I don't want to do interviews and, casting. It's just a simple, sharing my video, sending a proof, that old school kind
Old
of,
school.
yeah.
Cool.
So
you got to
first,
remember, last time we did that, we got Jimmy.
oh, chat is. Oh yeah, shit! Last time we got Jimmy, and we can't get.
Yes.
Last time we gave away membership, and we got Jimmy and B. Yeah.
She's still sitting in YouTube.
I like Jimmy. He's a good guy.
Jimmy is the life of the party.
Yeah, he's bringing in some color, some excitement. He's bubbly.
Some Red Bull feeling.
Yeah, I don't think he's taking anything. He's just his personality is so energetic. It does motivate me. And then we had B, our very own B, little B.
Little B is still on YouTube. When you to get a membership, and she's still on YouTube.
Shit, the chat is blowing up. People want the free
I love
membership.
it. I love on YouTube.
Yeah, B, how do you like it
Commenting
since?
on YouTube.
How do you like being in the alpha team? And everyone can make a comment. It's not because of the £5 I gave you before the stream to say good things. It's it's your own will to say about how do you like being in the Alpha FX community. What do you get what value do you get?
She gets Jimmy.
No, it's just I've been trading for a long time, but I'm better at technicals, reading the charts, but at the same time, you can't really fully rely on that. And when I found you, I was like, holy shit, he knows what he's talking about. It's not some bullshit or, you know, a lot of people just say some shit that's based on nothing. And with you and with other team members, I get to learn a lot. That's why I'm always sad when you end your stream, because I'm like, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, so you see,
Yeah.
B is a respected member, and he just told you that I know my shit, so what else do you need? Okay, so how about we start that giveaway right now, and you have the chance to win a full membership, and I give you on top maybe 1 or 2 one-on-one mentoring as well, so you know, showing you how to read the charts, how to make money. All you
Someone
have to
on
do.
YouTube was like, oh sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, someone on YouTube was like saying, I'm a lady. Like, that's gonna give her the membership instantly.
Oh,
You did say you
that
wanna
was the
balance out
reasoning?
your members. Yeah.
Oh, someone said I deserve it because you have a good head shape. What on earth do you say to this?
That's not a compliment.
You know, you can do it somehow. I mean, if someone can write alpha like letter after letter correctly, he would get access.
Most people would fail, but no. All you have to do is share the link of this stream into any trading group. Oh, someone said, I'm a black woman who needs money.
How can you not give the free membership to the one who said you have a good head?
Mate, there's so many opportunities to choose from. Someone is complimenting my head shape, my receding hairline. Someone is coming with, she's a black lady and she needs money. I mean, it's the endless opportunities to choose from. Unbelievable.
There's someone saying they're gay. Do we need to diversify? Do we have any gays?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think because we're gonna need a HR soon because we are 450 members. And they are underrepresented in our community, and you know, I don't judge anyone because we are all different in shapes and colors and sizes, but together we make up a rainbow, and you know, that's how colorful
guy
we
from
are.
Ukraine.
Actually, Ivan got a
I'll
membership
vote for the rainbow
free.
guy.
Oh no, we had one Ukrainian. Ivan got a free membership last time, to maybe that. But anyway, I'm going to be completely not taking any sides because of race, color, head shape, whatever. What I'm going to do is first thing, and stop typing into the chat because this is going to, no, actually I can pin the message, it's fine. So I'm going to do it on Telegram first. All we have to do, all you have to do, I don't have to do anything now because I've done, is just give me 1 minute, okay? And I'm gonna tell you how to win a full giveaway. And a dinner for 2 with Raul or Ellen, it's up to you, your choice.
As if you like Dutch or Swedish food or English food. If it's England, you have to come for a curry or something. That's traditional.
It's the dollar sign or GBP sign. Okay, 1 minute, guys. I tell you the instructions. Bear with me. I need to type up shit. In the meantime, just keep me updated how gold is going. Okay.
Je weet inte om vi har fått in i augusti nou 36 in ieder geval. En inte har skickat de betaalplatforms. hittar ingenting för nu. Jag säger för nu, jag säger inte 100% med att vi har problem.
$30 seconds, I'm typing up. Membership is coming, guys. Oh, gold is flying. Who's in gold?
Hell yeah.
Natürlich.
Natürlich. Sehr gut, mein Freund. Wie geht's? Okay.
Alles bestens. Und selber?
Sehr gut. Wunderbar. I
Das
don't
freut
wanna...
mich.
Yeah. Ich habe noch ein bisschen in der Schule. Ich verstehe ein oder zwei Worte. And that's all I know.
Das ist aber schon gut.
Ja. Ja. Schnie, schna, schnappi, 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 schnappi. Eine kleine Jägermeister.
I think the others will be confused right now. Als Jägermeister?
Ja, große.
Eine Snaps?
Ja, ungarische Snaps. Best.
Das stimmt.
Das stimmt. Okay. So, first thing you have to do to win the membership is join my Telegram. Link in the chat. Join the Telegram, read the last post. Everything is there. So, let me share my... No, you figure it out. You know how to do it. You go to Telegram, you read it. It's simple sharing of, you know, commenting, sharing my last YouTube, this stream, share it to any trading group. Take a screenshot, go back to Telegram, and under that particular post which says giveaway, send a proof of screenshot that you actually shared it, and I will make sure that I select a winner from that comment section. So exciting, guys. 5 people already commented. You don't, you know, you cannot just say me or select me. You have to share the video. Ooh, someone showed it to the Gold Cartel. Now this, I really like it. I should give another giveaway if anyone shares my video into the Gold Cartel. A bunch of clowns. Chat. I'll give you a free membership. Okay. So it's still not clear to some people how to share. So I'm going to show you. Where is my Telegram? Okay. So you should see my Telegram on YouTube. All you have to do is go to the Alpha FX. Where is it? This one. Go to the Telegram. All you have to do is share this YouTube video link, the one I'm highlighting, copy it, paste it into a trading group, take a screenshot, and then you go right, click on the comment on this post, and then you see people already started sharing it, and post the proof of screenshot into that Telegram thread. Yeah, it's called a thread. Simple as that. In order to have the opportunity to join the Alpha FX community and learn shit, as B said.
Yeah, and good shit as well.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Should have I used a better word?
Yeah, so that's because you're a really polite young lady.
Thanks, Alan. Thanks.
Okay, anyway, I'm off, so I'll see you guys. Is the one tomorrow morning?
Yes, tomorrow it's Friday.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. We're gonna do a morning briefing tomorrow, just as we did today. And today we made profit and some loss in the morning, but we don't talk about that. See you later, Alan.
See ya. Bye.
Gonna
Bye,
miss you, Alan.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye, B. Bye, Sophie. Bye, Ralph. Bye, Jimmy. And everyone else. Sorry.
Bye bye.
Butterfly.
Bye, bye.
Bye.
Late.
Bye-bye.
Who was that? What was that voice? Really deep.
That was KSC.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
You almost sound like the typical blue.
Let's have a look. What is happening in gold? Who's sitting in gold since this morning? Because you should be up around the 100 pips.
Just keep up, up, up.
So that is gold positions we enter today in live execution. Oh, it doesn't show it. Shit. Where is it? Oh, it doesn't show. Come on. There you go. Now you see it on YouTube. We are up 213 pips. Well, it's from 3 positions cumulatively, but don't worry about that. It's 200 pips up. Well beyond 200 pips. And it's going up. How freaking
Thomas?
beautiful is that? Yes, Marwan.
Just a quick one on Euro USD, since I missed that. I'm still on a buy, but any update on that?
No, but I can show you in trading view, or no, I can show you. So trading view, yeah, it's really sluggish. So, but I'm still expecting euro strengthening against the US dollar for now. Next week is going to be a different story.
Okay, thank you, Thomas.
You're welcome. But we're focusing on the highest earnings potential, which is gold right now, and it is pumping, ladies and gentlemen, just as I said. Boom. That's how you combine smart economic shit and proper analysis. Your USD is flying, it's going to fly, just give some time. Gold is flying, 2 entries, one of them called on the stream. What do you call this? Is the alpha effect. In it.
Hell yeah.
Of course. Thomas, you have a TP on gold, right? 1909? Or
It's
previous
yeah, I mean
daily
1906 I would definitely consider taking some of the chips off the table, because you know the only profit is what you realize. If you leave that shit open, the market is gonna take it away. I guarantee it's 99%. If you leave it too long on the table, you know, be smart, take some money. First, I mean, ask yourself the question: would you be not happy with 110 pips or closing a partial? I mean, if you make 110 pips a day, I would be millionaire. But if you go keep it to 109, 1904, 240 pips, yeah. But you know, these are just guides. So what I drew on the chart, this is guidance. So don't stick like your life depends on it. It's never a good idea. Always do your own analysis and get into the habit of, you know, if you see money is going up, if someone is giving you money to take it, here's my money, and it's in your hand, would you not put it in your pocket? Would you just wait until the wind blows it away? No, of course you would take it as soon as it's in your money. That's how trading works. Oh, Micho Zondo on YouTube says that he doesn't have trading community on Telegram. It doesn't have to be Telegram. It can be WhatsApp, can be Face Group, can be anywhere. And sharing it to the Gold Cartel Telegram, it's worth double entry, by the way. Oh, Michelle is applauding for some reason. What is the occasion? Gold buy. Thanks, Tamash. You know you can use the microphone. Everyone likes your voice, Michelle. So Casey Yellow asking on YouTube, what is the Gold Cartel? It's a bunch of clowns. It's just a joke. But if you share it in their group 2 or 3 times, you have more chances winning the membership.
For sure.
Yeah. No, there's few guys were in the group.
Points.
Yeah, a few guys were in the group, and I don't really know whether it was someone. There's actually 2 of them. One of them was showing both of them were showing results which were above average. It was just way too good to believe, and never any losses. It's only profit screens. One of them is actually, I know that, you know, he's running a business. He's a well-established entrepreneur. Whether it's he inherited the business from father, I don't know. There's many things, many stories going around. He was a good trader as a scalper, but his ego was just so big that he couldn't walk through a double door. And the problem is that he never shared analysis. He always shared profit screens, and it's demotivating for some traders, some new traders, seeing only profit screens, and you know the lot sizes are just way too ridiculously big, way too much risk. I appreciate and I you know, salute to someone who can trade like that way, but you know, I put the team effort and the team ethos before anyone else, so we had to separate our ways. Now the other guy, which is called, I don't want to call names and I won't call names, but Masood basically, he was caught out with a cheating a trade or 2. So one of the pro traders in the group who don't really share, there's another group within the group for pro traders above managing $100,000 and not FTM or MyForex funds, real money. So we have another group only for people who trade minimum 5 years. They have minimum 100k capital, and they don't really post into the normal chat because it's too noisy for them, and they trade different way. Now anyway, few guys already picked up that, you know, he's fake. And long story short, we had to, you know, separate our ways, and they formed another group. Surprise, surprise, taking members away from this group, and you know, suddenly, you know the whole story. And they formed a group, but that's the story of the Gold Cartel. And there is a cockfight going on because I've heard some really negative things when they made their own group. You know, talking rubbish, and that's how all escalated into a catfight.
Che cazzo però? Oh, minchia.
Come estás? Come stai? Giorgio, come stai?
Oops, he thinks. I think if you scalp it, it's quite difficult to share a charge.
Yeah, but you can explain the theory. But the problem is when on live, when we had a thing that when I asked Mr. M, let's call him, about he kept talking about liquidity, and I asked him, okay, can you define what is liquidity? He talked about order block. I asked him, can you define order block? Because if you want to teach a concept, what gives you the privilege to teach to other people who putting not just their trust, their money on the line? So you have to be able to explain the basic definition of an order block, of liquidity, whatever your trading theory is. Even if you trade based on RSI, you have to be able to explain. And all he was doing is like pointing like a fucking monkey, that you see that candle on the chart, that's an order block. You see the next one, that's an order block. But I was like, mate, where are you pointing? Because he wasn't sharing his screen. He was just saying, yeah, that's an order block. I was like, what makes it an order block? What makes it liquidity? He couldn't explain. So at that moment, he failed in my eyes. As simple as that.
I had a little bit of feeling he was trading support and resistance lines.
Yeah, that's basically strategy. But you know, I don't know. I don't want to make any comment. A long story short, you know, I'm doing my thing. They do their thing. I have, you know, that's it. End of the story. And now,
yeah.
I think it's just left his mic on. But why is gold not flying yet? I like our group
it's
because
the end of the month.
It could be
tomorrow flying when they take their profits.
So yeah, after this massive sell-off on gold, if the traders who were holding the sells since mid-April, they start taking profit, just the quick food for thought, what is the opposite of a sell?
Buy.
That's correct. So if you trade contract for differences, which is not going to affect the market, but on other markets, you know, think about it. If you close down the position, someone else has to pay for it. It's the same when you have an iPhone, new iPhone, you buy it in the shop or you borrow it. In order to sell it, you have to borrow it, and you wait a year when the price drops dramatically, and you buy it back from the market and you give back the iPhone. That's shorting.
Hi everyone. My name is Rada. I have two questions. Do you think that the euro or the USD will increase or decrease?
Hello, what's your name?
Rada.
Rada. When did you join?
What?
Because it says Hamza Omran on your.
Oh, my brother used it. Sorry.
Ah, okay. So your question is about whether the euro or the dollar is going to get stronger.
Yeah, with increase or decrease.
So okay, let's separate the question. It's two different things you're talking about. The euro, but why don't you talk about euro USD? Is it something? Yeah. Okay, so long story short, have you watched the morning briefing?
No.
No. Did you just join the stream?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm going to wrap it up and quickly explain. So, strategy for today, trading plan today, we were trading, or I was trading, and others were following about the GDP. Now, I was expecting a negative or a low number of growth rate, because GDP represents the strength of the economy, whether it's growing or contracting. And 1.1 was the forecast, which is well smaller than 6.9 as a previous. And surprise, we have a negative GDP, i.e. the US is contracting. How does that affect the dollar in your view? Great answer. So it's bearish for US dollar. Then we have the GDP price index, which is the broad inflation measure. That is positive. Now this messed up a little bit because, long story short, it messed up things a little bit. Initial job loss claims is still high. It's in line with expectations. Long story short, euro should increase, dollar should weaken in the short term. Next week we have other dollar moving news, but for today the game plan was gold long, euro USD long, GBP USD long, which isn't going well. GBP USD just don't want to respond to any of my analysis. So therefore we're only showing the profitable trades on YouTube because that's what YouTubers do, but just kidding. Was it a satisfying answer to your question?
Yes, thank you. Also, I have another question. So if the euro it decreased, like to what minimum number can it reach?
If the euro can decrease, I mean, are we talking about euro USD?
Yeah.
Decrease the euro. That means, you know, it's decreasing, it's depreciating against the dollar for a long time. If you look at the chart, what is the lowest number it can depreciate? I don't know. I don't know, darling. Where is the bottom? How long is a piece of string? It's a question that I cannot answer. Yes, no? Thank
Well,
you.
there's always the bet of like back to $1 parity. There's always a bet between Aussie Kiwi and Euro dollar. That's a
Yeah, I
popular
mean,
bet.
the US is going to join the euro area sooner than they expect. It's gonna be 1-to-1 euro dollar.
Yep.
Same when the UK left the eurozone twice. Once from the Euro Cup, and one from because of Brexit.
But it was funny, no one really bets. Like, even with the Brexit, there was no one betting pound versus dollar is going to go to parity. There was never such a bet. But with Euro and Aussie Kiwi, Euro dollar and Aussie Kiwi, there's always a bet in the market about these two going to parity.
Yeah, I never traded really Kiwi dollar.
Yeah, we actually did a structured products on Aussie Kiwi too. We kind of bet it to $1, but it didn't happen. So yeah.
Ooh, 89 people shared their thing. So let's see. 89 comments. That means, wow, look at this. People really do want to win the membership, the giveaway. Hassan Javed shared it like on 5 different phones or 10 different phones, or just one phone, taking a picture of 10 times. You may have a problem with your screen. There is a nasty line. Not a problem. With the new membership, if you win, you will be able to buy a new phone. Thomas shared your link. They deleted the link and they not blocked me, and I didn't text him personally. He's not scolding me. I guess that was the gold cartel, of course, because they yeah. They're blocking people, everyone, because they're afraid of knowledge and education. You know, simple people are afraid of things they don't understand, which is knowledge. That's what they do. Good lord, that's going well, guys. We should do 2 giveaways, maybe. I mean, this effort has to be compensated, don't you think? So, keep on sharing, keep on posting the video, and I'm gonna give you 2 memberships away.
I have a new question.
Yeah, go on.
Do you expect the dollar to weaken over time?
Do I expect what?
The dollar to weaken over time.
So what did we discuss about the GDP?
I understood what you said, but because like the news that came out today didn't really affect the market that much, although it was supposed to increase the euro a dollar. So is it like the war that is currently happening between Ukraine and Russia playing a role, or is there another reason for it?
No, it's maybe just, end of the month. Investors are still allocating the funds. I don't know. Maybe the market is already priced in that the US is going to shrink. There's so many other things that I don't know the answer to, and the market doesn't work like that way. In my theory, yes, the euro should increase or appreciate against the dollar. When is it going to happen and how long? Whatever explained today, my trading decision tomorrow may be completely different, because the situation and the variables and the facts are going to be completely different tomorrow or next week. Because if you look at the economic calendar, you can see that next week we have FOMC interest rate decision. Next week we have NFP. Now these are the 2 biggest and most anticipated things that traders and investors are watching. So if they are contradictory to today's GDP number, the analysis goes into the bin. So I cannot answer how in longer term it's going to affect.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hopefully, and it's my opinion, US dollar is going to weaken, but because they are so aggressive with they were so aggressive with communicating that yes, we are going to tackle inflation, we're going to smash down inflation. Two ways to do it. Well, many of the things, but two main common things. Increasing interest rate, which they already did. Next week, they're going to increase 50 basis points, which is unprecedented in the past. The last time was 7 years ago, 2015. And that was not because of necessity, that because they wanted to increase, so they have something to cut back from. But in order to tackle inflation, the Fed can raise interest rate and they can cut the balance sheet. They can reduce the balance sheet. Now, they already started increasing interest rate. They will start reducing the balance sheet. But ask yourself the question, in the current economic climate, which I'm showing you in here, that was the plan. But plans need to be fine-tuned, especially when your economy is going right into a cliff, into recession, because it's shrinking. Do you think that the Fed will be able to raise interest rates 6 times this year? I'm betting that they won't be. They're not going to increase interest rate if the economy is in a recession, and that is where speculation and other things come in. So it's many variables, many moving factors. We're shooting on a moving target. It changes place every single time. That's why it's difficult to forecast in abnormal market conditions. Like now, we just came out from a pandemic. We have inflation 4-decade high. US economy is heading into recession. Oil price never been this high since 30 years or God knows. It's not normal market condition, but I try to do my best. KSC83 asking, what do you think ECB will do? Now, that's a good question, because Christine Lagarde was really, really fucking specific about that they don't want to yet increase interest rate, because exactly what the US did. They didn't raise interest rate when they could have, and when it was too late, they started raising interest rate, and now it's extremely late because the economy is already heading into recession, and today the negative data printing came out. Euro was smarter because it's led by a woman, that's for sure. But Christine Lagarde said that no, they're not going to raise interest rate just yet. So I think they're going to hold on to that strategy.
Thomas, question.
Go on. You know I'm married, if that's the question.
Thomas, the question is, what do you mean by the Feds reducing the balance sheet? Is it selling their securities?
So, first thing is, what is a balance sheet? What does it consist of? It consists, assets. So the Fed is controlling the money supply. And in order to do that, what they can do is, instead of printing money physically from a HP printer, because that's the old way of printing money, but they can manipulate the money supply. And because 99% of the money is now electronic, so the printing is said, printing money is done in a way that they can manipulate the money supply by selling or buying assets. Or what they can do is they can increase or decrease the minimum reserve requirement for banks. How much money they have to have under the pillow when the shit hits the fans, they can pay out all the account holders. So the other thing is the Fed can go out into the market, and it was really popular in 2008 to buy shit in the market, to buy those poisonous assets from the credit crunch, from the financial crisis in 2008. Those things which were packed up into ABSs, asset-backed securities, and sold onto the market, on the secondary market, as AAA perfect, high-income, high-yielding assets. But what they did is they packed shit into a Sainsbury bag or Tesco bag, wrapped it up with a diaper, and just covered it with gold dust. But in a sense, it was a piece of shit. So they purchased all of that. Then they started buying mortgage-backed securities. Then on the balance sheet, they have liability side. They have all the money. It's in circulation in the
Thomas. How are you?
Okay, so I'm still talking, but I will come back. So they have all the liabilities, which is all the US dollar circulating in the US economy. So the balance sheet consists of assets and liabilities. And during the pandemic, you see this chart. They increased the balance sheet, so they started buying loads of shit in loads of assets. I keep using shit because of B, but they started buying loads of assets because they wanted to pump money into the economy, because pumping money into the economy helps to boost the economy. It's like kickstarting a scooter. But they got to a point when it was just crazy, way too much. And that is why we have, one of the reasons why we have above 8% inflation. And now they have to sell off all of these assets in order to reduce inflation, because if they reduce the balance sheet, they're going to take money out from, they're going to print less money first, and then they're going to take money out from the economy, meaning that they're going to motivate people to save money, not to spend money. They motivate people to spend money in a recession. They motivate people to save money and be wise when the economy is overheating. By raising interest rate, so it's going to be less demanded to take out the mortgage, for example. But anyway, that is how the Fed reducing the balance sheet. And Panya or Pancha, now you can talk. Thank you. Shit, we're doing this stream for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, because you're going beast mode and explaining things. Thank you.
Yeah, I was...
Fun.
Yeah, you're so excited in explaining this, and it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Agree.
I know shit.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah,
you know
so
a lot
much.
of shit.
So, what do you think is going to happen when the Fed starts to decreasing the balance sheet, if they can do in the current economic climate with minus 1.4 GDP data, which is really disappointing. The last time it was during the pandemic, that didn't end out well. So, correlation analysis. We went through this, but I'm going to explain how to analyze it. Now, this is the Fed balance sheet. And it has a ticker of VLCL. You can see on the top left corner. And if you want to do correlation analysis, the simplest way is if you go here. I'm just going to reduce all the drawings. And what we need to do is add another... Oh, I already added. So go to the watch list. Then you have to find VACL or VLCL. Yeah. You see assets, total assets, which is the Fed balance sheet. You go back, assets, total assets, less eliminations from consolidation. So actually they have a ticker for that. So you have to add into the chart, but look at this. The denomination is just way too big because the balance sheet is 9 trillion and gold is just wiping around 1,900 something. So in order to normalize, what we have to do is you have to change it to percentage first, and then you have to scale it to the right or scale it to the left with the new scale. And it still doesn't show the thing I want to do. Oh no, sorry. Going back to gold. And then you can right click into VALCL and add VACL to compare. And this puts the two things onto the chart, but it's too messy because denomination is not correct. So you right click into the balance sheet and pin scale, spin to new left scale. Boom. And now it's normalized. Now you can make your analysis. The last time when the Fed started decreasing the balance sheet was right here. It was the QE unwinding. The last time when the Fed was hiking rates was 2015, bullish for gold. Balance sheet reduction, bullish for gold. Magic. That's how you do analysis. You do combine economics and all that fancy thing, and then you make your conclusion. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm running out of voice now and juice and steam, so I have to say goodbye. Thank you so much for today. Stay safe. The only thing you can manage is your risk exposure. So have a good day.
I have like one last question. Like, can I like to finalize everything, if you may?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's known that next week they will increase the interest for the dollar by 0.5 point, and the market comprehends this idea. So will this cause the dollar to become stronger in the future?
Now we're talking about future again, but I think we cannot talk about too far in the future because we're not in normal market conditions. But yes, the stronger, if they raise interest rate, and we talked about it many things, but maybe you should start attending into the morning briefings because we go through about these things. So what the Fed will do, they increase interest rate next week by 50 basis points. So what will happen is if they raise interest rate by 50 basis points, meaning that the base rate, the federal funds rate, or the interbank lending rate is going to increase. Therefore, it's going to lift the yield curve, so they're going to have to offer higher yield on the bonds as well, because the private and public sector are always in competition. So if they increase the lending rate, the bonds have to follow, meaning that on the 10-year treasury and the 2-year treasury bonds, yields are going to increase. If from an investor perspective, think about it as an investor, if the yields on the US government bonds, which is a safe haven assets, are going to increase 50 basis points above 3.5% or 4%, and if you look at other opportunities, where else on the market you can make 3.5%, 4%, that is going to create a demand for the US government bonds, meaning that all the foreign investors have to exchange their money of euro, yen, Brazilian real into US dollar if they want that high yield, if they want that carry trade, if they want the profit, they have to exchange. How does it going to affect the dollar?
I understand now. Also, like one more thing.
What's the answer? How is it going to affect the dollar?
Increase.
Yes, increase. Don't be shy, you know, shout it out.
Yeah,
Don't be shy, there is no wrong answer. It's going to increase the dollar. It's going to affect the dollar, of course. But do you think that they can increase by 50 basis points? Now they have to because they already announced, but the next time they're not going to make the same mistake of, yeah, we're going to increase by 50 basis points. No. What's your next question? Because I have to go now.
Do you think that the economic state of America is like that strong? Because like the news are stating that the dollar is weak and like the GDP is in a very bad state currently.
So what's the question? There was 2 questions, wasn't it?
No, okay, wait, hold on. So like the economic is like, do you think that the economic state of America is like that strong? Because like
well, you look at the number, what does it tell you? Is the US is that strong with minus 1.4 growth?
Oh, it's bad.
I think you answered your question, or GDP printing already answered your question. And I'm betting that the Fed won't be able to raise interest rates 6 times this year.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That was more than one question, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So.
A long day for you, huh?
Yeah, your voice must be sore right now.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's all for you guys. It's all for you. But, so, gold is... no
What
idea
about
what's
USD
happening.
JPY positions sell? The other one's
The
gonna
GU, it's just fucking ridiculous. But I think GU is going to fly. But is the market going to eat it? I don't know. Euro USD is still in profit. You know, I did my analysis. If it's gonna go, it's gonna fly or dump, I don't know, but I've done everything within my power. If you follow, you have to take the losses and the wins as well. But moving on to gold, yes, we had some upside movement, but it seems like that we still have the bearish pressure at the end of the month. So if you're late, maybe I would wait a little bit. I just can't change the percentage back, but anyway, we'll do it after the stream. So you see the second entry is price came back to the second entry. So I'm going to hold the same stop loss because price have the possibility, or gold has the possibility of forming what it looks like a nice simple M pattern. There's always a possibility the price is going to make a double bottom. We don't know yet, but I'm still bullish on gold for, you know, for the next FOMC and NFP. We will get back to the analysis next week, and I may be going to say something else, but for now I'm bullish on gold for the reasons I explained, or tried to explain, for 2 hours and 23 minutes. I hope, you know, everyone understood it. If not, then anyway, guys, see you tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thanks, Thomas. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. is only for the team members. People on YouTube, don't get too excited because I won't do a live stream tomorrow 8 a.m. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a live trading for you guys. Tomorrow or Monday, we will find out. For that time, this is the Alpha Facts.
Trading is all about experience. It's to feel the adrenaline running through our veins. Like all the things we do that excite us. Whatever world we come from or live in, there are people that are born to succeed. They're called special, to hustle every day for an opportunity of a lifetime. Looking for the challenge to shape our future is something that's in our DNA. A privilege just available for a few. Traders, we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would maybe go unnoticed by the common eye. On or by the edge is our playground, with a constant strive for glory, seeking for a new tomorrow. Do you feel special? Take back control of your investments.